will occur. Breakout rooms will happen after the presentations have concluded, and those will be for around 20 to 25 minutes. And then we will come together as a group for a quick wrap up. Something that I wanted to share before we get started with presentations is a little bit about Ed Law 2D. It's important that we protect our data, our district's data, and our students' privacy and data as well. So any computer programs or websites that we talk about tonight, make sure you get approval by your district to make sure that we are keeping everybody safe and everything is a-okay for use. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Again, before we get started, shared documents, our presenters will be sharing many of their resources this evening, and you can find those on our NYSTEEA website, which was recently revamped by Matt Stark, which he did a fantastic job. So let me just give you a quick preview of what our new website looks like. We've got some great pictures and visuals. It's a little bit easier navigation, and as you scroll down, there is tons of awesome information. If you scroll all the way down, you will see the NYSTEEA Tech Ed Teacher Talk, and if you click more, if this link will work, there we go. This brings you to the registration for tonight's event, which we are here right now. Awesome. And then we have the next 3 upcoming events. We have a happy hour on December 17th, presenters on January 21st, and February 18th is another happy hour. And I will talk a little bit more about that later on this evening. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce our first presenter of the evening. Mrs. Melissa Hurt will be talking about online resources for virtual learning. She did join us previously for one of our teacher talks, and I'm excited to have her back. Thank you, Melissa. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen and mute myself so you can take the floor.
Thank you very much. Let's see. Gotta pick my right screen here where I have everything up. All right, did that pop up?
Yes, we can see you.
Okay, because my other screen totally disappeared. So,
Yeah.
so I'm just going to share with you a bunch of resources that I've collected over time, and I can't claim that they are all mine and that I've collected them all. They've been brought in through the Master Teacher Program and through lots of other people that have shared. So this document can be shared, and I'm not going to cover all of the ones in yellow because there are some of the ones I've covered in the past, but they're the ones that I kind of go to most, but there's a ton of them in here. So I'm just going to start off. I have a bunch of tabs open, and it's going to be random for me as to what's there because I did it earlier. Everfi is a great resource. It is a free resource. They have a whole variety of different topics. Right now, I just finished the digital citizenship unit. And I love Everfi stuff, but to be honest with you, it was a great starter for the year because I knew the kids would be engaged with an online something while I could kind of be in the background getting ready. But I got a lot of great feedback from the kids. I was looking for an activity to kind of fill out the quarter for the end of the marking period. And I just kind of did, hey, what are 3 things you learned? What are 3 things you found interesting? And I was surprised by the feedback. And it was the honors kids that a lot of them said, gave a lot of great information. It was real to life. The scenarios were interesting. So I was actually shocked. I was expecting some of that dreary feedback that you usually get from the kids. So I just did this one. This is digital citizenship. The other one that I really like is this one, the career, college and career readiness. They also just came out, and this is the teacher dashboard here. They also just came out with a sustainability unit. And my new supervisor also supervises science, and we're trying to figure out how I can piggyback with science because this falls into the 8th grade curriculum this year. So do we do it simultaneously while they're doing their curriculum and then I do this, or do they do parts? So we're kind of figuring that out now. But there's lots of great stuff that they have in here for your FACS teachers, for your business teachers, tons and tons of stuff there. Let's see what's next. Teach engineering. Here is a reverse engineering. I know a lot of people are doing some stuff with reverse engineering. So here's a little project on that I picked up. Zoom. My niece, she's actually an ELA teacher, and she is now a STEM teacher doing, they do a gifted program in Pennsylvania where she is. So just like we have IEPs here, they have GIEPs there, and she's doing a gifted program. And I put her onto a lot of these websites here, and she is just so excited. She's struggling a little bit with the fact that she's ELA, but she's liking it. So there's Zoom. It also falls under PBIS Kids, the design squad. They're kind of overlap with each other. Instructables does a contest, and I thought it would be really cool to have my kids do an Instructable on something, gets them into the writing process and how to actually write something logically that makes sense. And they can actually go into a contest here. I have a bunch of videos that I like. Crash Course Kids is one, SciShow Kids. What I notice with Crash Course Kids now, they're into high-end stuff here. They're into chemistry, algebra, high school level, where at one time it was only more the elementary level. Let's skip that one. Let's see. Flipgrid. The kids like Flipgrid because they can take videos of what they're doing. I haven't done much with Flipgrid because I'm not introducing too much to my kids at once yet, but Flipgrid is going to come down the way. CS First is another great one. These all have videos that go along with the lessons so the kids can pause them and do them. Along with digital skills, it's the same kind of activity. HyperDocs, so if you've done anything with HyperDocs, this one has a lot of stuff that's already prepared for you. You don't even have to do it. There's one on engineering. Some of these are so in-depth, I was overwhelmed. I spent hours like in a couple of the docs. Our CT TAC. So here I'm on the middle level, and on the middle level Technical Assistance Center, right here, these rubrics are awesome. You click on these rubrics and you select the criteria you want, and it creates a rubric with only that criteria. This is the middle level one. There's even more criteria at the high school level. We have ITEA. We've already seen NYSTEEA, so I won't go there. Ditch the textbook. I don't like to promote like his book or anything like that, but whenever I do searches, this seems to come up all the time, this ditch the textbook, because it leads you to a lot of different templates that you can use. So here, if I just go down through, these are all different rabbit holes that you can get yourself into like I do all day. But that has a lot of great stuff. Slide Mania. Oh, I think I have it opened here. Slide Mania has a lot of great slides. I'm all up for doing my own stuff, but I have found so much stuff out there that is already created that is visually appealing that it's not worth it for me to do that. So I now download one of their base slides, take out what I don't want. But you can see there's a lot of different layouts for you. Oh, I don't know what that's an ad. Let's skip that. Carnival Slides is another one that has a lot of great slides. I'm always looking for something different. I'm sick of seeing the same Google slide backgrounds. So there's a lot of great stuff here. And then some of my favorite games, Vampire Physics. We just passed Halloween, but Vampire Physics is really cool. There's Snail Bob. If you haven't played Snail Bob as an adult, you should play Snail Bob. It's enjoyable. You have to do all the little gadgets, press this to do that so he can get out there. And then something simple as Pig Stacks. I did this one at the end of the year a few years ago, and the kids, I was expecting, we played for 5 minutes now, Miss Hurt, can we be done? And they played for the full 43 minutes. I only had a handful of kids through 10 sections that actually said, can I stop playing? So it's all problem solving. What hay bales do you let go first so that the pigs land safely on the ground? So there's my over 5 minutes, but my 5-minute little spiel. And I think you're going to have to kick me out because, like I said, my other screen disappeared.
All right, I can go ahead and do that for you. So bear with me for 2 moments. All right. Thank you, Melissa. Awesome job. I can't wait to look into some of those games because I know they've blocked every single game website at my district, and my students are itching to get some learning games going. So I'm very excited about that. Before we move on, is there any quick questions for Melissa? All right, I am going to go ahead and move on to Yusik Sung. He is going to be talking about machine learning in the classroom. So Yusik, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen, and I will go ahead and hand the floor to you. Just bear with me for 2 moments.
All right.
Here we go.
Yes. Hello, everyone. So my name is Isak Song. I'm going to share my screen real quick. So I have plenty of 5 minutes. So, yep. So I'm going to introduce you with the machine learning for technology classroom, but easy and fun way. So I'm from New York City College of Technology in college Korean Technology Teacher Education Program. So machine learning was introduced a very long time ago by this one, Greek mythology Talos. This was just a clay robot. But in 1950, this guy, Alan Turing, very famous man in computer science, he introduced the concept of the machine learning. And this man also conceptualized the framework of machine learning that is widely used in our world. So let me give you a question. Where can you find machine learning in our world? Maybe in your mind, come to like YouTube, they automatically collect interesting video for you and some music, a website or Amazon, Facebook, everywhere they used machine learning technique. But I'm going to use this teachable machine with you. This is very easy and fun way to practice machine learning in your classroom. So this is very easy online free software developed by Google. So they provide a template website. So it's 3 steps: gather data, build a model, and test the model. That's pretty simple procedures. Let's memorize 3 things: gather data, build a model, and test the model. So let's go to this website, teachable machine with google.com. So I'm going to copy this link on the chatting box. So you can go to this website and I will show you how we can train machine and build a model and then test your model. So this is an example of the machine learning. So I did this one for an article. So I collected the images for ripe and unripe tomato. So red color and green color. And then this machine automatically decide whether that a tomato is ripe or unripe. And I'm going to share with you this fun practice. So if you go to this website, you can click and then you can find this menu and then you can go to image project. And then there's a image screen. So first law is class line, and the second is training, and third one is test. So in the first line, you can collect the data. So let me try this one: mask and no mask. So and then to collect your image, so I'm going to use my camera. So I'm going to stop my camera, and then I can capture my image. So that should be mask. So I'm wearing mask, and then this takes images. So I can show variety of pose, and that's enough. And then no mask, move to the next column, and then record. I don't wearing mask, so I can capture my image, and then that's it. That's the data I collected, and then you can click this button, training model. That will take several minutes. So I already made my trained machine. So let me test this one. So you can see the image. So this is me, and you can see output. So it says I don't wear mask, no mask, and I put my mask. It should show the change, the possibility. Yeah, 100%. They guess I wear mask, but this was a tissue, and I can hide this one like this. and it shows I wear a mask, even though I don't wear a mask. So this is a trick. So yes, so this is the machine learning technique. Oh, I'm sorry. So did I share my screen? Yep.
Yes, we can still see your presentation.
Yeah, I'm gonna double check. Yeah. So can you see my screen? This one example?
Yes, we can.
Yep. So you can use this example in different examples, such as animal, cat, dogs, or fingers, 1, 2, 3 fingers, an arrow, up, right, left, down, and fruit, banana, apple, tomato, color, red, blue, white. And then these are some examples of my students' work. So let me open this one. Oh, this is the document I randomly opened. So they did like this one. This is good example. So the machine detect whether a cup has a opened or closed. So it successfully detected close and open. So this is an example. And then you can use this technique in your classroom application. You can export the data, machine learning data, and then you can run in Arduino or microbit. So we can just connect with the physical computing. So in the physical computing, you can control like robots or whatever, any machine you can control with this machine learning and your Arduino or microbit microcontroller. All right, so this activity can be aligned with STEA, new standard, standard 3, standards for technological engineering literacy. We are trying to adopt this standard to New York State. So one of the core content area of the new standard is first one, computation, automation, and artificial intelligence and robotics. That content perfectly fit with this activity. So yep, that's it. So I'm going to stop my sharing and let's hand over to Brick.
All right, so we do have one question from Liz, and she is asking, can it be of any images or are there specific topics?
It can be any images. You can just train. So thank you.
That is really quite an awesome project. That would be so fun to use with my students as well. Thank you so much for sharing. All right.
Question. I can't type fast
sorry.
enough. I was trying to type and I'm like, this is gonna be quicker. So how did you go back in? How did you start that new project?
Oh.
Yeah, backtrack a little bit. That was really cool.
Yes. Can I share my screen just really quick again? Yeah. Yep. So if you click the link, this is our first page. You can click get started, and then you can 3 types of machine learning. So image, audio, pose. The image is the most easier one. So pose it needs more higher computing power. So image, click, and then that's it. So you can name the class name, such as anything like apple, anything, banana, whatever, and then take the image from your camera. Or if we have good images, let me just stop. Oh, anyway, so you can upload the image from your computer if you have nice images. So, and that's it. So, yeah, did I answer your question?
Yes, that's awesome. That's cool.
Right, thank you.
All right, very cool stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and transition to our last presenter of the evening, Matt McGuire. Again, he's our NYSTEEA president, and he's going to be talking about writing letters for advocating the STEL advocation for New York State. All right.
Right button, my screen sharing now? I think so.
Yes, you are.
So most of you, I'm sure, are aware of this already. Some of you are not as familiar faces to me as some of the other ones. So I'll just briefly explain what we're trying to do here, what we're looking for. Right now, New York State, we're off of the old NYSTEEA standards, which was 1995, so they're quite old right now. New York State is no longer in the name of writing standards. So the foreseeable future doesn't seem like tech has any new standards from New York State. So us as NYSTEEA as the board are agreeing that our best option is to try to work with pushing forward for the ITEA standards. ITEA just recently updated the standards for technological literacy, which have been around, I think, since what, 2004. So we own the brown book most people probably had. There's a new version that was released that's all updated, much more graphics, and they've kind of condensed the standards so they're a lot easier to work with and add new things into there.
Hey, Matt, sorry to interrupt. Your audio is coming through weird. It's coming through choppy. Can you try unmuting yourself or muting yourself and then unmuting again and seeing if that's any better?
Does that make any difference? Can you still hear me?
Yeah, you sound better.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Go ahead and keep on going. I'll interrupt you again if it cuts out again. Sorry about that.
Yeah. So with the new graphics that they put out there, this idea of all their standards is set up in a way so all of these should be able to rotate interconnect with each other. So between the context, the practices, and standards. So if you're not seeing these new standards from ITEA yet, I suggest you take a look. They're all on the website as well as our website. We have all of these resources that are about the standards and what we're trying to do with them. So at this point, before we go to state ed with a proposal to adopt these for us.
Yeah, it's doing it again. I'm sorry.
Okay. Do you want to just kind of keep
I'll
going?
be your, this will be fun. I'll be your voice and you keep on just sharing your screen since I have nothing pulled up.
All
Okay.
right.
So to backtrack a little bit, just to make sure that everyone heard, is my voice coming through okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Awesome. All right. Sorry, Matt. I'm cutting you off.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that.
I don't know. It's weird. But okay, so we're looking as a state organization to propose to state ed to adopt the ITEA standards for technological and engineering literacy. One thing that we need to ask from all of you, members or not, since this PD session is open to all, is looking for letters of support to adopt these standards. What he's showing on the screen right now is basically a boilerplate letter or a sample letter. Okay, thank you. And we're willing to share this letter with all of you if you're willing to write a letter of support to provide to state ed. And we're trying to get as many letters as we possibly can from a wide variety of people. So educators, college professors, people that you collaborate with out in industry. We're looking for as many letters as we possibly can get. And right now we want to overwhelm them. We want to flood them with the letters of support so they will actually entertain our proposal. We have 2 great state ed reps that are working with us, and this is recommendations from them directly to have letters of support. So to gain a sample letter, reach out to one of us. I'm going to put my email in the chat. If you are interested in writing a letter of support to state ed to adopt the ITEA standards for technological and engineering literacy, there's my email. It's my work one. So, be nice during the day if you want to send me, sunshine and roses in the middle of the day. Brooke dropped in her email into the chat as well. So that's the mini overview. Can you jump over to this our NYSTEEA website and the ITEA section? Thank you. Okay, scroll down. Matt, you're doing great. Okay, stop. Thank you. Today's presentation with NYSTEEA, the fall conference, I presented an overview of basically asking the same thing. There's a video at the beginning of this website and at the end. Can you copy and paste that, Matt, and put in the chat as well? So if you wanted more information about the standards, there's also videos. Again, like Matt said at the beginning, there are videos and tons of different resources on the ITEA website as well, covering these standards. But really, this is an outreach to all of you. We're trying to get as many letters of support as possible. And if you have any questions, please, drop a question into the chat. Back to you, Brooke.
All right, thank you. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again. So I'm hoping that everybody can write letters for that. It's a very important cause right now. We want to make sure that our standards are up to date. I know I have several friends who are engineers in the field, and they are currently writing letters for me. So hopefully we can all come together as a great community and get NYSTEEA to adopt these new standards. So thank you, Matt and Caitlin, for juggling with the uncertain circumstance of audio difficulties. That was very good. All
yeah,
right.
It was a true test to see if we were on the same page, I guess.
Yeah. Great job. I'm super proud and it's awesome. Us teachers have to like act on the fly sometimes, and we're like proving ourselves tonight. All right.
So Brooke, to jump in, we don't have to do this step. So we can leave it on that slide because they're going to be able to choose their own breakout rooms tonight.
Oh, yes, good point. Awesome. Thank you for reminding me that. So you want me to just leave it on this slide right here?
Sure. Yep. And then if you wanted to just give them an overview of the breakout rooms, how it's going to function.
Yep, that was where I was headed after this rename yourself, because people don't need to do that anymore. I'm excited about that new feature. That's really exciting. And we don't need to do that either. So just a few reminders about the breakout rooms. We should be generous, kind, curious about what other people have to say. Be considerate about what you're saying and what you're doing. And everybody should feel equal in participating in the conversation. If you have something you want to share, feel free to share what you want to. Again, we're sharing the mic. So as we tell our students, mute yourself, unmute yourself, be positive. We want to come up with solutions and stay on topic. If the topic is not working for you, it's okay for you to go into a different group. You can come back to, I think it's the main room, correct, Caitlin?
So I'm full transparency. This is the first time that I'm utilizing this new feature in Zoom where you can choose your own breakout rooms. From what I've seen, you should be able to switch between rooms on your own, but if not, I'll be in the main room. So you can pop back and ask me any questions, or if you need help going to a different room, I can help you with that.
Awesome. And again, if you notice something that makes you uncomfortable, harassing, mean, something dangerous, not quite right, definitely report it to us, because we don't want anybody to be in a bad situation. So at this point, again, if you get lost, if you need help, leave the breakout room, come back to the main room, and we'll be willing to chat with you. And now we can start the breakout room. So I'll stop sharing my screen and we can figure out this new feature.
Okay, everyone, I'm going to open up the breakout rooms. And are you getting a little notification?
Yes,
and you
we
can
are.
choose which one you want to go to. So the breakout rooms are going to be about 25 minutes long. You'll get a warning before you pop back into the main room. I hope to see you guys all in a little bit.
Where should we be getting a message?
Do you have a notification in?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
So Melissa, I'll drop you in yours. Bottom of your screen, does it say breakout room in the toolbar for Zoom? Okay, at the bottom of your screen, there's a breakout room.
There you go.
Mine.
Henry, where do you want to go? I can drop you in somewhere.
Go to the STEL for now.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Sabrina, STEL as well.
Thank you, Sabrina.
You're welcome.
Matt, I'm sticking you there too. See ya.
I wanted to go to U6 if I could.
Of course. Yeah. Jim, do you want to go somewhere?
To U6, please.
Adios. Liz?
I want to stay with you.
Okay. Hi, Sunshine.
Hi. This room is still recording.
Okay.
Yeah. So Caitlin, do you have any practice like showing like virtual tours?
Yeah, if you want to shoot me an email after, I can send you a couple things that are on YouTube of some of our local manufacturers
Yep.
that
Yeah,
you
please.
feel free to use. So
Yes, please.
yeah, just shoot me an email.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna close the rooms and bring them back.
Sounds good to me.
How are you doing, Brooke?
Doing good. Very good.
Good.
Let's take a peek here. I'm just going to bring my slideshow back up to do our closing. Let's see here.
They're gonna close. The rooms are gonna close in about 30 seconds.
Okay, sounds good.
And then let me know when you want me to cover the CTLE.
Okay, I'll probably have you do that after I talk about the virtual events, and then we can send out that form after you talk about CTLE.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just going to put something here in the chat for the people that were with me on the HyperDocs. So it's in the chat.
All right. Awesome. So it looks like everybody returned back to us, correct? Okay, so thank you everybody who came tonight virtually, obviously. So I thought that tonight went really well. I thought all three presentations were great. I hope everyone had some great full discussions in the breakout rooms. I know that in the general conversation room, we had a good discussion as well. If you are interested in presenting about anything that could be helpful to all of us tech teachers, feel free to send me an email. Again, my email is in the chat. It's also on this Google slideshow. And I did want to give everybody a heads up. I know Leaf, when he sent out the emails earlier in the week, the registration links for all 4 teacher talks were on that email. So our next one will be December 17th. And that one is actually a happy hour. It is not recorded and you can attend, and we are just going to talk about all sorts of topics relating to teaching in this climate, especially as a tech ed teacher. January 21st is our next Tech Ed Teacher Talk, where we will have presenters again like tonight. And then February 18th is our next happy hour after December. And then in March, that is when we are going to do our NYSTEEA conference, which you will hear more information about in the near future. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen for a brief moment, and I am going to pass it over to Caitlin, and she's going to talk about the CTLE credits that you can earn from tonight's talks.
Awesome, thank you. Thank you for giving an overview of the upcoming PD sessions that NYSTEEA is offering. Just a heads up, our conference will be in March. We do not have the format completely figured out. We have some awesome people, including some of the individuals on tonight's call that are helping plan it. And in the chat for CTLE, I'm dropping a direct link, and all you need to do is go to that and complete the form, and it will go to our CTLE guru, and he will send you back a form so that you can keep that for your records. We are not offering CTLE credit for happy hours because it is just a social hour, and not recorded. Bring your favorite beverage, a coffee, tea, you know, what you might want for a nightcap at the end of the night. So that's our next session. And anything else that you need me to cover, Brooke?
I think that's pretty much it. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again just to quickly wrap up the evening. So this evening, we are going to have you fill out a survey if you would be so kind to do so, just to give us a good idea about the directions you want these talks to go in. So Caitlin, do you want me to put that in the chat, or is that, yeah, okay, sounds good. So let me just open up the chat here. If I can find it. Okay, so here's the link that goes to the form for, oh, I sent that to Caitlin, not to everybody. I love Zoom. It's a little different from Google Meet. So the form that I just sent to everybody, that is our summary form, just giving us a good idea of how we did tonight and if there's anything that you want to see in the future, and we can strategically pick some presenters for our talk in January. So at this point, I think it's safe to say that our talk is all set and we can wrap it up here. Thank you again to our presenters, our NYSTEEA members and e-board members, and everybody who attended tonight.